COPWATCH, policing the police every single day.
Internal Affairs. Internal Investigation. IA 18-12. Sergeant James White. Investigator, Sergeant Scott Clemens. On or about August 25, 2017, several members of the Charlotte County Sheriff's Office gathered after working hours for dinner at Hurricane Charlie's restaurant, located at 300 W Retta Esplanade, Punta Gorda, Florida 33950, hereinafter. Charlie's. The gathering was in celebration of Detective William Prummell's 3. Hereinafter B. Prummell, transfer from the Criminal Investigation Unit, CIU, to the Major Crimes Unit, MCU. After dinner, the party moved to Leroy's Southern Kitchen and Bar located at 201 W Marion Ave, Punta Gorda, Charlotte County, FL, hereinafter Leroy's. During the party at Leroy's, the restaurant was open to the public for business and involved several patrons not associated with the gathered group. While at Leroy's, several members of the Charlotte County Sheriff's Office, as well as other civilian persons, reported seeing Sergeant James White, hereinafter J. White, knowingly and intentionally exposing his scrotum and testicles outside of his unzipped fly. This was done in full view of patrons inside the business. J. White performed this act while at the bar area, while walking around the establishment, and at a seated table. While at the bar area, J. White intentionally twisted his seat to provide an unobstructed view of his scrotum and testicles to the patrons of the business. Several members of the Charlotte County Sheriff's Office and civilian persons, including, observed J. White with his exposed scrotum and testicles while inside Leroy's. On May 18, 2018, at approximately 11:30 a.m., Lieutenant Randall Whitney, hereinafter LT. Whitney, received an administrative incident report authored by detailing an exposure of sexual organs in a public place and in a vulgar or indecent manner in violation of Florida State Statute 800.03. Based on the details of the report, a criminal investigation was initiated. Notification of internal investigation. General Order 5.04, c. Assignment of formal investigations will be determined by the Sheriff, Chief Deputy, or Bureau Commander. Complaints shall be classified in accordance with General Order 3.50 offenses and disciplinary actions. Countermanding rules, orders, procedures. On the morning of May 18, 2018, Colonel Rogers was provided with an incident report authored by detailing an occurrence involving Sergeant James White. The incident was alleged to have occurred on August 25, 2017. On May 18, 2018, Sergeant James White was notified he was being investigated by the Internal Affairs Unit. J. White was advised the investigation would pertain to violation of law. J. White was provided with a confidentiality of internal investigations form, which he signed and understood. He was also provided with a copy of the Officer Bill of Rights, while he is under investigation. On May 21, 2018, Sergeant White was provided with an inter-office memorandum, which advised him the original subsection of the policy violation had been corrected. Charlotte County Sheriff's Office General Order. Charlotte County Sheriff's Office Operations Manual General Order GO 3.50. G.O.3.50 F.4.C.1. Violation of law. Members of the office will adhere to all federal, state, local laws and ordinances, including but not limited to traffic violations. Burden of proof / preponderance of the evidence. Preponderance of evidence is the degree of relevant evidence, which a reasonable person, considering the record as a whole, would accept as sufficient to support a conclusion that the matter asserted is more likely to be true than not true. Conclusion. During the course of this investigation, I reviewed Lieutenant Whitney's investigation regarding the chain of events and all the details involved. I have reviewed all witness statements from. In addition, I have obtained and reviewed all other supporting information, along with Charlotte County Sheriff's Office General Order 3.50, the policy governing guidelines for appropriate conduct/disciplinary procedures. Based on the statements provided by all witnesses, it is clear Sergeant James White violated policies and procedures regarding violation of law. During the course of this investigation, the following facts were revealed. On August 25, 2017, several members of the Charlotte County Sheriff's Office got together for a celebration of B. PRUMMELL's transfer from the Criminal Investigation Unit to the Major Crimes Unit. While the members were all off duty, they met at Leroy's Southern Kitchen and Bar located at 201 West Marion Avenue, Punta Gorda, Charlotte County, FL. During the party at Leroy's, the restaurant was open to the public for business and involved several patrons not associated with the gathered group. While at Leroy's, several members of the Charlotte County Sheriff's Office, as well as other civilian persons, reported seeing Jay White knowingly and intentionally exposing his scrotum and testicles outside of his unzipped fly. This was done in full view of patrons inside the business. Jay White performed this act while at the bar area, while walking around the establishment, and at a seated table. While at the bar area, Jay White intentionally twisted his seat to provide an unobstructed view of his scrotum and testicles to the patrons of the business. Several members of the Charlotte County Sheriff's Office, as well as civilians, observed Jay White with his exposed scrotum and testicles outside of his pants. The members and civilians who observed the above described behavior are as follows. During the interviews with each witness, this investigator finds there is a preponderance of evidence to indicate Sergeant James White violated Charlotte County Sheriff's Office Manual G.0.3.50 F.4.c.1 violation of law, and the charge is sustained. Jay White violated the above-mentioned policy by knowingly and intentionally exposing his scrotum and testicles outside of his unzipped fly in the presence of patrons inside Leroy's restaurant. I, the undersigned, do hereby swear, under penalty of perjury, to the best of my knowledge, information, and belief, I have not knowingly or willfully deprived, or allowed another to deprive, the subject of the investigation of any rights contained in SS 112.532 and 112.533, Florida Statutes. Scott Clemens, Sergeant, Internal Affairs, Charlotte County Sheriff's Office. Sheriff Sergeant fired after long investigation. By Liz Hardaway. Staff writer. A Charlotte County Sheriff Sergeant who has been under investigation by state authorities since last year has been fired. Sergeant James White was placed on administrative leave with pay in October while under investigation by the Florida Department of Law Enforcement. Neither the Charlotte County Sheriff's Office nor the FDLE have said why White was being investigated. Sheriff Bill Prummell issued a notice of intent to withdraw appointment to White on June 18. This notice was given regarding a violation of the department's policies, specifically the policy to not violate the law. Members of the office will adhere to all federal, state, local laws and ordinances, Prummell cited on his notice. White's employment was withdrawn, effective immediately. He signed off on his termination notice June 29. Though authorities have been quiet about the circumstances surrounding White, Radio host Ken Lovejoy recently said on his Charlotte County Speaks radio show that White was under investigation for steroids. Lovejoy said his information came from current and former law enforcement officers, but none were willing to speak on record with The Sun. When requesting info from CCSO, I ask for the status of Sergeant James White's steroid investigation. Lovejoy said in an email correspondence in May. They would only say he was still on paid admin leave and that the investigation was turned over to FDLE. They didn't deny that it was for steroids. As of May, White had been paid $29,754 while on leave. A sheriff's spokesperson on Monday could not provide an updated figure. White, who was hired in 2003, is the subject of 2 internal affairs investigations, according to CCSO spokesperson Skip Conroy. One is completed, but the CCSO could not provide the investigation report to The Sun Monday. Conroy could not comment on why White was under investigation. White could not be reached for comment. Email, lhardaway@sun-herald.com.
Hey Sheriff, we have a question about why your office, your intelligence division, is investigating private citizens for criminal investigation that happen to be activists that are overseeing your department. Why would you have your intelligence division investigate private citizens? We have done... for life hating so much. Sir, we don't hate anyone. We love freedom and we love American people. And government is out of control. That's why you're seeing such a revolt nationwide. Why can't you just answer, why is Susan Edwards, your intelligence division, investigating private citizens? This should not happen.
Are you here to apply for a job?
Possibly I might be applying for a job, but that's irrelevant to my question. Why would you ask that question?
Well, enjoy the fair.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Excuse you?
Excuse me, sir.
So those of you that haven't
Wow.
been on a bike before, we're
Sheriff's
just
getting a little too pushy. You work for us, Sheriff. Just keep that in mind. At one time we respected you, but not with that type of attitude.
police use who may want to retaliate against him physically.
Hey Charlotte County, this is Charlotte County COPWATCH, and I just wanted you to know that I am using this stuff under fair use. And also remember to like and subscribe this channel. Also too, keep in mind I do not make any money on YouTube. This is 5 hours work a day, you know, fighting for freedom. And you can donate with PayPal and Patreon. I just want you to think about this. If everybody gives to PayPal and Patreon, Patreon is every month. Actually, PayPal you can do every month. I have 12,000 subscribers. If everybody gives, I can quit my regular job and go full-time investigations on Charlotte County and possibly even more and beyond. So just keep that in mind. If everybody helps out, I can go full-time doing this. Thanks.